peoples. I'm Sasha. I'm a little random. Welcome and welcome back. All right. Okay. So today I'm actually going to be potting some peppers. None of which do I know the name of them. Okay. I do not know the name because when I wrote on the marker, with the marker, the marker was cheap, and as soon as I watered them, right down the drain. Didn't realize it until it was too late, and I forgot what went where. So the only thing I can say is that these two are the same plant, grown at the same time. Not sure why one is this much bigger than the other, but if you look closely, you can see that they are variegated. You would think that that would help narrow it down. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. But that's what we're doing today. I'm also potting this other pepper that is also unnamed. And honestly, I could probably put this in the ground. I just can't right now because I need more soil. So next payday, right? Does anybody else understand that? When you need soil, you might have to wait until the next payday. So let's do this. I have these little cups. They're clear. They have holes in the bottom of them already. Got them from Tamu. Don't quite remember how much they were, but they weren't a whole lot. They weren't a whole lot. So all I know is that this is named A. We will know the pepper when it pops out. I'm really hoping this is the Peter pepper, but I think that is actually the one that did not germinate at all. I'm really sad about that, actually. So yeah, but this is very, very strong. So just so everybody knows, normally I am a houseplant channel, and during the summertime I have been gardening the last 2 years. Now I don't know if anybody else is into gardening, but I will be having more gardening adventures on my channel this year just to see how it goes. And you know, honestly, this channel really is just for me to have fun and kind of record some of my own memories, and just see how things go. So cut that out a little bit. All right, so one of the things that I want you to also know is that when I am up potting, I add worm castings, okay, and I add some vegetable tomato food, okay, from Burpee. And honestly, it's really just like maybe a tablespoon, give or take, tablespoon or less of everything. And I always put it at the top. The reason why I put it at the top and not mix it into the soil is because what you want is for this to wash down through your soil. If it's at the bottom, it's not really affecting your plant unless you're root bound, and by then you're going to repot it, right? So that's a waste. You want to put it at the top and then put another layer of soil over it, or just mix it into the top layer very well and go from there, okay? That way you are getting good fertilization and good food for your plants. We are going to, let's not get this mixed up, even though these are the only variegated ones, okay? Okay. I named them Hot A, Hot B, Hot B. And I have a Hot C that also has been growing very, very slowly. That is this one here. That's that one there. Something got hold of it. But I think it's going to be just fine. I think once I repot it and it gets a little bit more of the food and the worm castings, then we'll be up and moving. We will be up and moving. I just watered these today, not realizing that I was probably going to be repotting. But I do realize that it probably needs to be repotted. I don't know if you can see that. The roots are, and you don't want your pepper plants to get root bound, because once they do, it kind of slows down their progression. So I'm glad I caught it here. I'm glad I caught it here, and I was able to catch it. I don't always do that. And then I have stunted growth. But keep in mind, if you've ever done that before and there was an issue in growth after repotting, that may have been the issue. Not necessarily you, not necessarily something you did, but just because, you know, it was root bound and it grew a little too much and it just stunted its growth. I've heard the same thing happens with tomatoes. I'm not really sure. I've only been able to grow tomatoes for the first time last year. The problem with that was that the deer ate half of them. So that's wonderful. I'm not sure why I have not been able to grow tomatoes any years before, but I definitely could not grow them in the years before. And yeah, but this year we are growing several tomatoes, but let's focus on the hot peppers for now, okay? The goal for the future is to have at least 3 beds of hot peppers and 3 beds of tomatoes, okay? I'll go through the years and go through the examples and the tests and trial runs as the years go on. But I definitely love tomatoes and I love hot peppers. Of course, I want to grow regular green bell peppers and things like that, but I love hot peppers, and I've been making my own hot sauce for the last 2 years, which is another reason why I really want to get into growing the hot peppers. This year I'm actually spending a lot of money on expanding my garden. And I'm hoping that it works out because I have spent a lot of money on my garden. Needless to say, I have had a good adventure. It's been really fun, actually. I have created a separate section at the bottom of the hill. Here is a picture. Actually, let's do it over here. Here is some pictures of the bottom of the hill. Normally, I just have the top of the hill. Yes, I put the fence up myself. Actually, my sister and my mother supervised. And me and my sister put the fence up just this year. I got 3 new beds. I think 3 new beds. And I got 3 new beds and a lot of soil. Hey y'all, soil is expensive, okay? It's expensive. If you can afford the bulk drop, get the bulk drop. It's absolutely worth it to get a bulk, like, you know, the cubic feet order. If you have a huge land or a big property, if I had the money, I would have gone that route because honestly, it's cheaper to buy it in cubic feet if you can, by like at least $100, at least $100 to $200. In my particular case, it would have been a lot cheaper, by at least $100 to $200. But I just didn't have all that money all at one time. Like, it would have been at least $800. $700 to $800. So far, I have filled 2.5 beds and bought several posts for the fence, and I am at least $600 in. Don't tell my wife. But I'm at least $600 in, and I still have another bed and a half to fill. Yeah, it's expensive. I will say that's just a startup. That's just a startup. You won't have to spend that much every year. Once your soil is there, you really only have to spend money on, you know, topping off and fertilizer, and, you know, maybe some, that looks good, and maybe some, what's it called? Black cow. What's the black cow thing called? I am just drawing blanks today, honey. Just drawing blanks. The, you know what I'm talking about. I'll put it on the screen because Mama can't think right now. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. I don't regret a step of it. I may have made a few different decisions, but nothing enough to make me feel like, I regret any process. I just would have done some things differently. I'm actually outside on my porch, by the way, if you didn't notice. Got my own mosquito repellent that I made from home. This is the first batch, and it seems to be working. I am happy because mosquitoes freaking love me. I gave some to my sister. It seems to be working for her. And so I will definitely do this route versus this route, the Off brand. Not to say anything bad about Off. It is, it does work for the most part. It does work. It is a classic, and I grew up with it, honestly. I'm 40 plus years old. I grew up with Off, but I have been on a mission to do things much more organically, and I've also been on a mission to be more self-sustainable when possible. Now, that is a hard thing to do. Let me tell you, to be self-sustaining, I don't think a lot of people understand how much that actually takes to be self-sustaining. It takes a lot of focus, it takes a lot of time, and a lot of experimenting. Everything's not going to work. You're going to realize some things aren't worth it for you. Like, for me, it's not worth it to grow corn. It's not. It takes up a lot of space, and you only get like 2 to 3 ears per stalk. We like corn, okay? We would need to plant a lot of corn for it to be worth it, and that would take up way too much space in my garden when I have other things that I can do. I would much rather, for now, buy from the store, or, you know, if I can hook up with a friend, trade for some things, which I'm really hoping to do more of between now and next year. See what I can trade in the neighborhood. As it stands now, my intentions are to trade some things with my sister, and that's pretty much all I have that's nearby. I don't drive, so you know, it's kind of hard to organize some things. It's kind of hard to organize some things and do trades. I don't want somebody to always have to drive to me, although I'm sure it might be worth it for them in the future. Just right now, it's just a bit much to try to ask that of somebody. I will say, I'm really excited about this gardening season. My tomato plants look amazing. The ones I bought are definitely much bigger, but I got a late start because my first batch rotted and or did not grow. So there's that. That being said, I love this journey, and I would love to hear if there's a vegetable that you are really excited to grow this year. I was really excited to grow some potatoes. My potatoes are doing good, even though the slugs got to the leaves really badly. So, oh, that reminds me, I gotta put some beer in the garden. Beer in the garden actually helps with the slugs. Put on a plate or a little bowl outside of where you want, where your slugs are going, and they will go there and drink themselves to death. It's a happy death because, you know, they're tipsy, they're happy, then they're dead. Now, don't get me wrong. I am so sorry for those of you who are just like, why would you kill them? I normally am against killing bugs unless it's a spider. However, I feel like this is a personal assault on me and my garden. And so my values changed a little bit because I was really offended to go see a nice, full, lush basket of potatoes growing and come back the very next day and it looked like this. I put a net around it. Yes, but it looked like this because I thought the deer were eating it. And then I realized when I was, you know, looking through, just please check your soil. Looking through, just checking through, you know, and realizing that it was full of slugs. Full of slugs. So, yeah. Good times, good times. That being said, I think we just need to water these and then we'll be good to go. But just so you can see what we have here, hold on, let's do this. We have hot B, we have hot A, no, hot B, hot A, and just hot. All right, and then we have the little itty bitty one that has no tag at all because, you know, it's just sad. I don't know, it's just sad. I really hope this is a hot pepper though. I really hope this is the hot Peter pepper. That is my hope and dream that at least one of these is. I really wanted to grow that one this year, but I really think that that is the one that did not grow well. But we shall see. I'll be one to tell you, I hate having mysteries in my garden. I hate it. I hate it. Because you spend all this time not knowing what you're growing. And you can't even get so excited. You can't even be like, ah, that's Jacob right there. Hey, hello, hey, how you doing? You know, you don't know what you're growing. And it's just like, it's beautiful and it's wonderful that you're growing something, but I like to know, does that bother anybody else? Like, can you buy the seeds that are like all mixed up and they're just like, they're all tomatoes, but you just got to know, you won't know which one it is until it actually starts bearing fruit? Like that bothers me. I bought a pack like that one year not realizing that's what it was. And no, I won't be doing that again. I will not be doing that again. But I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy your day. Don't be strangers. Hit me up in the comments. Don't forget to like. And, oh gosh, I'm messing up my whole thing. Hold on. But I thank you for watching. Don't be strangers. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I want to see you later.